We're going to revisit in more detail the nuts and bolts of an HOA, and specifically the roles of board of directors who make decisions on behalf of its members. A homeowners association, otherwise referred to as an HOA, consists of volunteer board members who own a home in the community. See, they play a vital role in helping to enforce rules that make a neighborhood a great place to live. In the long run, the work of an HOA board increases property values to benefit every homeowner. Or at least it should. Board members are recruited among community members either through a general request for volunteers or an individual solicitation from an existing board member. Board members are elected by the membership at an annual meeting. And since board of director positions are volunteer, associations must ensure that board members agree to serve because they're truly interested in the community. If volunteers are coerced, high turnover can occur, which is certainly not in the best interest of the community. There are 5 major positions in an HOA board: president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and a member at large, in addition to various committees that a board oversees. The board president leads the general direction of the entire board, serving as chief executive officer of the community. This role can bring substantial benefit to anyone who serves, allowing position holders to hone their leadership skills and make a difference in their community. A president will be expected to coordinate all board meetings. This includes choosing the date and making sure that someone reserves the venue. The HOA president puts together the agenda and makes sure that it's being followed for each board meeting. They're the ones guiding conversations back to the task at hand if anything veers off course. Maintaining order in an HOA board meeting is one of the most challenging duties of an HOA president, especially if the board must make difficult decisions for the betterment of the neighborhood. Homeowners can pay either monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual dues and expect to see results in return for that money, no matter what the amount is. To maintain harmony and high morale among homeowners, it's important that HOA presidents find a way to stay in touch with homeowners. In previous decades, this was done through paper-based communications. Increasingly, neighborhoods are turning to email, social media sites, or a portal to communicate. Keep in mind that if an association uses social media, an HOA president should be prepared to consistently check that platform to address any concerns that might arise. Some HOA presidents appoint moderators who can keep the peace and let the president know if concerns need to be addressed. The HOA president serves as a liaison for the neighborhood, communicating with the HOA's financial services company, vendors, and/or city officials. An HOA president will also work with an attorney to deal with non-paying members, including decisions to turn over accounts, to collections, and putting liens on homes. Many HOAs find it necessary to set up committees to manage specialized issues in the neighborhood. A neighborhood may have a group that specifically handles the review of homeowner requests for improvement projects, otherwise known as architectural requests, or a landscaping committee that works to improve the community's aesthetics to ensure all parties involved are following the guidelines as set forth in the rules and regulations of the association. So what does a vice president do? Well, the vice president serves as a backup to the president and comes with a certain set of responsibilities, usually defined by the board's policies and procedures. For board of directors who are tasked with an intense workload, the vice president can be an extraordinary relief to the president and the other board members. Some HOAs face relatively calm terms, with most homeowners paying dues on time with very little tension amongst members. On occasion, however, a board may find itself constantly dealing with a barrage of issues. Because of this unpredictability, the role of an HOA vice president can vary from neighborhood to neighborhood. One of the primary duties of an HOA vice president is to serve in the absence of the president. If the president has to be away from the community for a period of time, the vice president may be appointed to oversee things in his or her absence. If the president resigns, the vice president may also be asked to fill in until a replacement can be named. This person may be assigned to head up one or more committees, as long as this doesn't pose a conflict of interest with his or her other duties. An HOA board may find its vice president has some special skills that can help out in specific situations. For example, an HOA vice president may have a job in accounting during the day, and allowing him or her to assist in the association's books. Or he or she may have connections in the government that allow him or her to better negotiate issues than other board members. As you build your HOA board, make sure to fill each position with someone who can keep the neighborhood on track. And so what about this secretary position? Well, an HOA secretary often serves as the central point of communication between the board and community as a whole. This role has the important responsibility of documenting the board's actions through meeting minutes, since this will serve as the official record record of what is discussed at a meeting. This documentation should be made available to all homeowners after each meeting. Meeting minutes can give homeowners confidence that their board is acting in their best interests. If a board's activities are called into question, the secretary's work will be carefully scrutinized, with blame falling on the entire board if there are any issues. And so for that reason, it's important that the association carefully consider the person appointed to the position of secretary, choosing someone who is organized and responsible. The secretary may be expected to maintain a directory of homeowner contact information. The secretary may be regularly called upon to retrieve records for homeowners, board members, or outside parties such as attorneys or staff that oversee the association's financials. When this happens, it is important that the secretary be able to access the exact records in question without delay. It may also be beneficial for an association's records to be kept in an electronic format or shared drive for quick access to the latest versions of documents at any time. For HOA Assist clients, financial documentation is uploaded to a personal HOA portal each month for the board to review. To maintain communication with homeowners, some boards choose to issue regular newsletters. Oftentimes, this duty falls under the secretary's list of responsibilities. If an association maintains a social media site or community website, the secretary may also be charged with relaying announcements of meetings and special events. Let's outline the role of a treasurer. Among the many responsibilities of a board treasurer is the job of collecting dues and ensuring funds are allocated as requested by the community as a whole. Homeowners may have questions about where their association dues are going, and as the voice of the community's finances, the treasurer plays an extremely vital role in the HOA. Homeowners expect board members to be held accountable for where money is spent. So while many boards try to fill the treasurer position with someone who has an accounting background, today's financial software means this isn't a necessity. The treasurer often oversees the payment collection process. The treasurer may work with their financial services company to track late payments and ensure the collection process is followed, as spelled out in the governing documents of the association. A board treasurer is tasked with keeping financial records of a community's expenses and income. A financial services company will record all transactions in their accounting system or portal. A treasurer should ensure that a CPA is contacted to complete the association's taxes each year and perform a review or audit when needed. The board treasurer will work with the entire board of directors to create an annual budget. This budget will be used to forecast upcoming expenditures as well as ensure that the association is on track with dues amounts. Boards have varying reporting requirements depending on how its bylaws are set up. In preparation for an annual meeting, many HOAs create an in-depth annual report detailing the neighborhood's expenses and income for the entire past year. The HOA treasurer holds an important role, helping to ensure that the community can meet its financial obligations, as well as making sure that the community members are fulfilling their financial obligations as outlined when they purchased a home in the association. The entire membership of an HOA benefits when the right treasurer is in the position. An association board of directors consists of directors and officers. Most governing documents of an association provide that the membership elects a given number of directors who turn into officers. So that would be president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. The directors who don't become officers are at-large board members. At-large board members have the full duties and responsibilities as an officer of the board, and they also attend board meetings and vote on issues brought to the board. A community's HOA board members ensure that the neighborhood is cared for and can be rewarding when the right people work together. So by understanding their responsibilities before accepting the role, each HOA board member can be prepared to tackle the challenges that that position brings. We sincerely appreciate you taking time to watch this video. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and contact HOA Assist today. If your HOA is seeking industry professionals to oversee your association's monthly financials and provide you with tools to be successful. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.